Big up yourself for those of you as you come in, you like the live. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Enough respect. That screen is too dark. I go in at the light because we're going at the light. We're going at the light. What am I doing up? Listen, I'm not ready for go my bed yet. We did a hang out and with some friends and a drink and a chit chat. We left them down there. Because I wanted to come up here and do this. My bake. I'm say, you know, something I'm going to come live. I'm going to chat to my people them a little bit. Because, you know, I think it's time that we have this discussion. It's not going to be an easy discussion. And I hope people are going to be open-minded and objective to what I'm going to say. Nice. Because I think that we really need to step back from certain things and reflect. Because believe you me, you know, social media has been heavy for the past few weeks. It hasn't been letting up at all. And this whole thing with Gully Bob kind of bring it to a peak. So I'm glad that today a little bit calmer. But there are things happening on social media that still not ease up. And I want us to reflect on what the hell is going on and why it started. You understand me? Let me tell my brother-in-law if you take out the phone. No, man. Him good. Him there downstairs. Him good. So, yes, and I see the title of the live. Right? And the title is quite clear. It is quite obvious. Evening, Antoinette evening, that there is a problem. There is a problem. There is a huge problem. And we're going to discuss it tonight. Why has this charity caused so much bacchanal, so much bangarang? And we're not going to call no people name. Remember, we're not call no people name in this live. We can talk about 99. We no can give nickname, but no call nobody name in the live, right? We're going to just discuss the general issues and the general things them and see if we can come to grips and understand where there is some accountability needed. And I want you to bear with me. Okay? Now, the majority of the people who follow my platform greatly admire 99. Greatly admire her for all of the charity and the works that she has done in Jamaica. How many people can we say that has had this amount of impact in such a short space of time? I don't think we can really call many names. This is not to say that there are not other charities who are doing great works in Jamaica, even as we speak. But in terms of the ones under the microscope, in the limelight, that has basically shot to fame in a short space of time, no other charity's name will be called other than that platform of 99. Okay? And for that reason, many people greatly admire this humanitarian woman. But we're not going to deny that the charity has been embroiled in controversy for many, many years, right? And that controversy has gotten worse and worse over time, despite its successes and despite its shining. It has not come without backlash and certain ripple effects. And I want us to really examine why it is that this charity has caused so much fragmentation throughout social media, and it has been a cause of fragmentation when it comes to particular social media personalities. I'm not talking about the followers, I'm talking about other personalities across social media. Okay? Now, I don't I am not going to sit here and basically start bashing all of these people, or, saying, oh, that the dirty bungle day over this or dirty bungle day over this. To be honest, the only one social media personality that I find to be quite underhand with how they do things is the baker in the States, and I'm not going to call her name because I have seen evidence for myself of the kind of malicious lies this person has told. Okay? But I'm not going to focus on that person. I'm going to remove that person out of the picture. That is because I'm trying to keep myself objective, and I can't be objective when it comes to that person. So I'm not going to put myself in a position where my personal feelings are going to interfere with what me I try to say. All right? Hold on, the people, let me lock your window. It's gone chilly. Okay? So I'm going to remove that person from the discussion tonight, and I'm going to focus on everything else. Now, there are many of us who have been on board with this charity, 99's charity, from the early days when it just started. And I would like you in the chat now. Pep, yes. I would like you in the chat now. There are 36 of you on here. To just give me a very short sentence as to why it is that you were first attracted to that platform. I just want you to be honest and just tell me what made you interested in the platform, what brought you to 99 or made you pay attention to the platform. What was it about it that you liked? Let's not get into what you don't like. We want to hear what it is that you liked about that platform when it first started. I'm going to give you one first. The first thing that drew me to the platform of 99 when charity began was 99's humility. The fact that she was from the ghetto and that she was still trying to basically change her environment through charitable works. Because remember, when it started, it was about supporting and helping the people of Mountain View. That was the inception. And that was what first drew me to 99's platform. Right? Transparency, kindness. All right? So 2 people, 48, I wanted to on the live. Nobody else never have any other thing. Kindness. Transparency. That word. I liked the fact that everything that was paid in was evident on alive, that it was present. You could see how much money was given. And hold on. You could see how much money was given, and you could see exactly who it was given to. You could see what was bought with it. There was all this thing about showing receipts and all of that. That was one of the things that was also wonderful. Because many times you contribute to charities, you don't see nothing. You understand me? You don't see where it go. Say you contribute to the charity will tell you its aims and objectives. And then it would just go into the charity and you would just hope for the best and expect to see the works eventually. But you don't have any kind of tracing point and you can't really see visibly what the impact of your dollar has had. But apart from the charity, it was the personality of the person behind the platform that first drew me to 99's work. It was her sense of humor, how she always got words wrong. It was hilarious. right? It was her humility and what I consider to be empathy. The fact that when people used to tell her their story, she was open and receptive to the stories. And you could almost feel through the screen that she was putting herself in their shoes and understanding where they were coming from. And it opened up to everybody that was following, it opened up the world of suffering that happened that was not necessarily explored on TV and all them kind of place there. The hidden traumas that people go through on a day-to-day basis. We fell in love with the characters, right? Sharika, you understand, was one of the people that I used to watch all the time. I should come on the live, me dep on it. And we used to watch all the personalities. We got to know their background stories. They were interesting. We got attached to the recipients in a way, invested in the recipients' stories. These little mini stories about what happened to them, how they ended up in need, how what we could do to change a situation, putting the money into that situation, seeing the situation change, right? For the better. All of that was wonderful, and that was really what drew many of us. People's lives improved, absolutely. We could see an immediate impact. I don't know if any of you are gardeners like me, but when I'm doing gardening, it's one of the most therapeutic things that I can do. But you know why? Because as I do something, I can see the change. If I mow the lawn, if I plant any flowers, I can see the change almost immediately. And it gives a great sense of satisfaction. So you see, when you are able to put something in and get an immediate feedback, and the feedback is positive, it gives you a sense of satisfaction. You understand me? And there were many people out there who were looking to give back, but not necessarily trusting the institutions that existed or the other charities that existed to get the job done, having probably sent money down before and it get misappropriated, or it gets sucked off by some family member and it no reach where it's supposed to reach, and all kind of bad traumatic stories when it come to money. And here was somebody who actually A plus B did equal C. All right. In addition to that, she looked like an ordinary person, approachable, like your girl next door, typical girl next door kind of thing. So anyway, you look at it, it's like, say, you would have know somebody was stay so. Even though me never growing at the ghetto, me could have think of other personalities when coming like 99. So she was familiar. Very familiar. So those of us who, had certain friends who were like, boy, she kind of remind me of that person there. The little bit I remind me of that person there. Little bit I remind me of that person there. And that familiarity drew people to her in a very charming way. All right. I did a live some time ago when my platform was not as big. And it's not even big, but it wasn't as big as now. And that live that I did, we were speaking about the changes of 99. So if you want to know what that is, you can go look that up afterwards, right? But what I'm going to say is, I think the title of that live was The Real Fakes of Social Media, that one. But what I'm going to say is this. Over time, this charity, as much as it has done wonderful works, has become so pivotal when it comes to broken relationships across social media. that one really has to step back and ask why. Is it purely because of the success of one person and the success of the stories of positive change? Or is there something else? So I'm going to play devil's advocate tonight. And when I play devil's advocate, I don't want you to misinterpret what I am saying. I want you guys to forget that you are ardent followers, if you are. I want you to pretend as though you are on the outside looking in. And that you have never, say you have never donated, just outside looking in. Today we're going to act like we're auditors, in other words. All right? So bear with me. There is not one person that can look at me and tell me that the 99 that we see today is the 99 that began charity. Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? There is not one person that can tell me that 99, as we know of her today, is the same person that started charity. No, that's right. Let us be honest. So, crucial to that point, how has 99 changed? I mean, I say why, we're not going at the why. We are talking about how. How has 99 changed? How has she evolved over this period of time to the point where we can firmly say, no, she is no longer the same person? Well, I'm going to tell you one reason, one thing that has jumped out to me in terms of comparison. Right? The one thing I'm going to say is that humility came from a position of understanding needs and dire straits and recognizing that they too were not too far off from that life where people need help. Although in a better position, they were not that far off. Okay. As time progressed and success began to grow, there became a huge gap between the needy and the content. I'm not going to talk too much code, because I know sometimes when you tell me say my word them too big. There became a huge gap between the needy, meaning the people that were approaching the charity, the people in need, and the content, meaning the founder of the charity. In that huge gap, it became apparent to all of us, whether we want to say it or not, that instead of 99 now being that girl next door, she became the extraordinary founder of a charity, in that she was no longer the ordinary. She was no longer just like that familiar person what we know. But it doesn't mean that there weren't still traits of that familiar personality that we all loved. Everybody loved the jovial side, the head chipping side, the baga side. None of that never changed. But in terms of material wealth, it became more evident as time progressed. Bear with me. Now, I'm not talk about the source of the wealth. I'm not talk about none of that. whether or not she deserved the wealth. That is not the point. I want you to stay on the path. So, okay, big up yourself, legit, big up yourself. So, when you start to see somebody who used to be looking like just like an ordinary woman, doing a thing and helping people and off her own back and all of that, and then suddenly this person is now living a kind of lifestyle that it costs money to do so. And that lifestyle is more and more apparent. This is where one of the first issues started to arrive. One of the first backlash started to arrive. Because the growth that was happening from a wealth perspective became too evident for some to handle. Listen to what I say. But in addition to that, so that is the part where, some people are going to look and say, oh, she get so much. Oh, she do so well. Oh, is it that after charity this and blah, blah, blah. So the bad mind things start to rise up. Okay, forget that. That is the case. We know say whole heap of bad mind people then I place. And that's so bad mind people think. When they start to see things that they don't have, they start to envy it and they want to question it and they start to throw shade at it and they start to suspect it. But now this is the devil's advocate part. What as a result of this wealth has made 99 seem so different? And this is one of the things that 99 does that has caused great enmity to come her way. Remember, me I play devil's advocate in our list. Showing off is a quality that many will say is not of God. Right? Showing off is a quality that many will say is not of God. They will say it is a quality of pride. They will say it's a quality of materialistic nature. But when one says, look at me now, it forces the public to look at you then, because it is a comparison by default. So when you go, look at me now, look pon me this and look pon me that, look how me I live and look how me I do this and look how me I do whatever now and look pon me car and look pon me house and look pon me this, look pon me that. It forces people to think about how you were then and is a comparison by default. Now, where your mind is positive towards 99, what you will see is growth. And you'll go, wow, look how she started and look where she's at now. And you will celebrate that and you will want it to continue. But what will that do to people who don't have a positive mind towards 99? I want to know if you answer that question there. Bright people them in a class, come on now. Answer it. Night Pamela. What would that do to somebody who does not have a positive mindset? May I ask you to be honest? Because I whole heap of the plank of them, don't like to be honest about certain things because they're afraid of what you would call criticizing somebody who they hold dear. Dawn, you're missing the point. Dawn, I said, Those of you with positive eyes will see it as growth, which means that somebody like you or somebody who is seeing greatness in her will see it as motivation. I said today we're playing devil's advocate. Put yourself in the other person's shoes who will not be looking at her with a positive light. How will it make them react? Thank you. Thank you for being honest, Chanel. Thank you, Novelet. Envy, hate, hateful. Amen. I am trying to get you guys to understand accountability and to recognize where certain behaviors can become inflammatory to a fire that is already burning. I'm just trying to teach you something. Jealousy, jealous. It will cause hate. They will criticize her. Big up yourself, Dawn. Yes, you're late, but you're not too late. Good. Now, if I look at you with a positive lens and I see you from point A to point B, I am going to be celebrating by your side. I'm going to want you to grow. I'm going to be saying, yes, carry on 99. I so will like it and all of that. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. But there are many who are so-called followers who at first were all like this and all pushing behind her. And due to the personality that she has, the way she speaks, the frankness of it, and the look at me now, they start to feel a way. Now listen to me. When 99 goes, look at me now. Look what I have. And we know we've seen many lives where she's done that. And that person who used to be an ardent follower or somebody who used to admire her or, at that point admired her, reflects and goes, but hold on. I don't have those things. I don't have that. I am not there. And I will probably never get there because my circumstances, my finance, my limitations, me nah have no papers, this is gonna stop me from achieving that probably in my lifetime. Because remember, you have some people who are self-limiting and also people who are limited by circumstance. They look on that and go, well, I will never have that. So what does that make me? Does that make me less? If somebody is showing me all that they have now in comparison to then, and I have not made this amount of progress in that same amount of time where I have been an ardent fan, then doesn't that make me feel less? That not mean something not worth it? All right, I'm trying to teach you something, And at this so, the person start to go, wait, no, hold on there. I show off, she show off for me. I show off, she show off for me. You understand me? Now, reflect on the social media personalities that you are seeing who have got great issues with 99. Look carefully on the progress of these personalities in comparison to. Is there any of them that has measured up to the rapid growth that you have seen at 99? Any? Ask yourself these questions. The majority of them, the answer is no. No. So let's go back to none of them. I'm on point. I'm following you. Okay, no. So when it is that they look and they see this, and remember, they're no longer looking through a positive lens. Every time 99 does look at me now, or drops a line and says, them grudge me for what I have. It's a constant put down to those people who are yet to see that progress in their lifetime. And it fans the flames. So I am talking about accountability and recognizing when you are planting those seeds of discord with the things that you say and expecting it to bear positive fruit. I am pointing a finger directly at 99 with this statement. Not because me no love her works, not because I don't greatly admire her, none of that. I am talking about human nature. And this is what I am talking about when it comes to why some of these people are reacting the way they're reacting on a persistent basis. Now, I was on the live this morning. And when I was on the live this morning, I was, 99 was doing our prayer, our thing. She just read our Bible. And it was after 3, I think, she had done her meditation and everything that she normally does. And she came and she was sharing her word. Now, it started off, to me, very, very positively, right? And in this process, I said to myself, this is a great life. I love this. This is, she's talking about, our scriptures and this and that. A very familiar 99 at that point. But then, the life took a twist. And trust me, you see, when the life take a twist, the life numbers jump, Because it start off with just normal prayer and it was a little bit away over there. But you see, when the life start focus on the pastor, the life numbers just went up instantly because of controversy this. And it became a mega go Zion, the wicked never prosper kind of thing and all of that, which is natural when you think about it. She's human. She have a right for talk about the situation that happened, that pastor man was a deceiver. So yes, we expected her to be angry. But in that process, many other things were said. And I knew instantly that they were going to come out. And by they, I mean the other social media personalities, because things that were said were not just about the pastor, if 99 was to be honest. And it was a pent-up of all of the backlash that has been sent her way over the past few weeks especially. By all the haters, all the enemies them in the various camps. We're sing on her name. But it doesn't stop with just that statement that was made by 99. Anything in terms of shade, anything in terms of that reminder that you hate me because look at me now, is going to result in further division across social media. And I want to know if you understand. So we not talk about whether or not you're right for cuss them, and we not talk about whether or not you're right for celebrate how she is now. We are talk about human nature and what is to be expected by people who are not looking at this woman through positive eyes. Remember, you've got to realize that her platform is powerful. And a powerful platform is forever under the microscope. And an influencer of her nature, her words carry weight. And it is one thing to come out and address a particular case, talk specifically about the pastor and the pastor situation. But when 99 branches off and starts giving the haters energy, that's usually when I click off the live. That's usually when I go, to be honest. Because when that energy goes out, what comes back is usually tenfold. And I don't know if 99 is analyzing exactly how her words will have that ripple effect or if it's deliberate. Who am I to know? Because 99 is very clever with her platform. She understands what she's doing. She would not have grown so much if she did not understand. But I wonder if she realizes that it means that it will never stop. Because the haters are given fuel to rise their ugly heads up again and again and again. You understand me? They are demons and they might try to bring down a woman. Of course they are. But I'm asking us to kind of avoid the regular train of thought and think outside the box about how it is that things could be different. How it is that we could avoid certain things. Thank you very much, Novelet. After all, 131 listeners. Uno like up the live. 31 likes? No, sir. I'm trying to say, is there a way that all of this can be not avoided? Because you can't avoid bad mind people. Bad mind people are always got their boats. But is there a way that we can throw cold water on the fire rather than fuel? Because these people are always looking for fat to fry. And the moment that live by 99 becomes about all of the, what she call them in her phone? She call them all kind of name in her phone. They sitting them in her phone. And it goes, is it my fault you no reach certain places in her life? Listen, I'm trying to show you guys, All right. May take it, may wheel it back and take it out of 99 camp and go somewhere else. All right. Think about some of the richest people you know in the Western world. All right. We are talking about Elon Musk. We are talking about think about them people there. These people are extremely wealthy. Some of them worth millions and billions. They live a comfortable lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. But do you hear them, even though they do, and it is known within their circle that they do you hear these people interacting on a live and talking about all the things that they have? I'm just asking you. It's never discussed. It's known, it's clear, it's evident, but it's never discussed. Right? And because it's never discussed, sometimes people forget that these people are a part of the 1%, Right? And that every time they're spending money, buying a blue tick on Twitter, or getting verified on flipping Facebook, they're actually fattening a cow that is already well bloused and skirt fat. You understand? Never mind, Angie. It's not for everybody. Okay? It is not always the case that it has to be put in the face of everybody exactly how lavishly you live in comparison to point A when you are now in point C. It's not necessary. And I'm not saying that anything is wrong with it, because let me tell you something. I don't come from a position of need. But I am saying it is about recognizing how certain things are not as important to come to the fore when you are doing great work. And I told you, I am playing devil's advocate here, but I'm also preaching some hardcore truths that not many people are going to agree with. And if you are not capable of thinking outside the box, you're going to miss it. Angie, you're late to class? If you're late to class, just stand to there and listen, no man. Listen, because you're late. We already addressed the bad mind. We not walk down the same regular road over here, so this is not what Headteacha case class is about. I don't come with the same regular perspective. We are analyzing a situation. You're late, babes. Just chill, man. We talk about them already. Yes, them bad mind. We know all of that. We are talking about how we can help 99 to avoid certain things in terms of reflection and understanding that, listen, we, the hardcore followers, know that you are great and that you are doing well. But every time you are upset, do you need to constantly go, look at me now and that them hate me for? This is what I'm trying to say. It is a tired discourse. It's a tired discourse because we can't see it. I don't believe she should dim her lights. No, sir. She not for dim her lights. Remember what I said to you, So when you think about Elon Musk and all them big people there, they are rich, rotten rich, and it is evident. But they don't speak about it because they don't need to speak about it. You can't look upon them and tell. Yes? You can't see them care and know. I am saying it is not a talking point because it is small matters in comparison to the great works. That's what I am saying. You understand me? Open-minded, listening to understand. Okay, big up yourself, proud legend. I'm saying in comparison to the great works, it isn't that important because the growth will show and it is evident. Because let me tell you the other flip side of how it causes even more turmoil with those that are of limited minds. When it is brought to the fore and made a point of exaggeration, like, a badge of honor, the question pops up, then how you get that? You understand me? Think about it. If people see you pumping out tables and crates and boxes of cakes every cake season, it a ship yes, it a ship this, so it a sell all boats. People are line up go all the way down lane. Right? Isn't it important to know that, listen, this person is an entrepreneur. She has got her website. She's selling here, she's selling there, and blah, blah, blah. Isn't it evident that the wealth is coming from a transparent avenue? But when you are angry, notice what I said. When you are angry and you start going, look at me now, look upon me now, look at this because this them hate me for, Ray. I am telling you that argument is trivial and it isn't necessary because that is the stuff that fans the flame. It's not necessary. He's wealthy. I definitely understand what you're saying. I feel she's slowly learning the need not to explain or share everything. Yes, that is true. Okay. Okay, but it's them with the problem, not her. Well, Angie, I wouldn't agree. Night, Jody, what's up? I wouldn't necessarily agree, Angie, because that's not the point of an influencer. Remember, above all things, 99 is an influencer. Above all things, 99 is an influencer. And every influencer has social responsibilities when it comes to how they influence an audience. So don't ever think for one moment that there isn't any accountability on 99. And this is the kind of thing that stops her from evolving, thinking that nobody else has a problem. Because it's not true. It's not true. And I am not one of those that are just like 99, God, no, because hello, no, right? Critical thinking is very important, and particularly important if you are honestly for somebody, to be able to say, you know, that if you did less of that, your life could be smoother. The pain of constantly being put down from birth to almost age 50 makes it difficult to stop highlighting your growth, possibly. Yes, excellent point, Charisse. Yes. Yes, excellent point. Right? But head teacher, do you think if she stop showing or say, look at me now, you really think they will stop just asking? Colleen, no. But I will say that it will certainly not be on rapid. And it certainly won't be immediately after her lives. Because I'm telling you, Colleen, it's like clockwork. It's literally like, I have done a live talking about my haters today. By tonight, at least 10 lives are from various camps tearing me down. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You understand? Right? Don't have to agree, Angie. That's fine. If she not stop talking, them claims say them a plan memory. So at all times they try to get her to look at her way to answer back. Yes, it's anger people and people getting their feelings. I never said that. I realize she's not perfect and I don't expect her to be. Okay, that's good. Right? So what I'm saying is that there are so many other things that can be celebrated, and so many other things that we can look at and admire, rather than going, oh, them hate me because, and giving the haters that energy that they need in order to get on their platform and rip her apart. I'm saying there are other things to discuss. She could have easily come on that live this morning and spoken just about the past and the deceit and the nonsense that happened, because she is entitled to do that. But when it started diversifying into this whole thing about, you know, going to Zion for all of the haters, them and the this and the that and all of that, it is once again pulling up all sores, picking off scabs, not allowing dust to settle. And if you guys cannot see that, then you are always going to be in this roller coaster ride with these social media people who are constantly tearing her down for the same arguments, because they are highlighted by the things she says. Whenever it is that she says these things out of frustration and anger, as the powerful influencer that she is, they are going to answer. And I think 99 knows it, but I don't know if she really knows it, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's like, say, me I throw me can and I mean a call no foul. But at the end of the day, you know, say a foul I go eat the can. But you're not necessarily prepared for the foul where eat the can, for start squawk and start pick all of the other foul them round the place. That me I try to say. You understand? And then it drains her. You may not be aware, but it does drain her. So I'm saying, a charity that has done so much amazing good, there have been several key personalities within that journey and the handling of those personalities, that has caused that charity to be constantly wrapped in controversy. And I'm sure you can name them, but we now call no name on the live, but in your head. All these controversial personalities that entered the shop, and there has been fragmentation of relationships, breaking down of relationships, betrayal, deceit, lies, you know, all kinds of revelations coming out that, you know, deceive the charity and upset all the donors and all of that, and the handling of those. I want you to also reflect on how many of these disagreements were handled. You understand me? Severe mental health and personality disorders. As a mental health professional, I find it intriguing to watch these unhinged bloggers. Yeah, that is true, most definitely. But teacher, do you think it's the way how she cope with the constant pressure? Possibly, yes, and possibly. It is possible that this is how she deals with it. And it helps her to cope, kind of like relieving stress and stuff like that. But as I said, there is a certain kind of level of growth that has to come when one is an influence of a large platform. Really and truly, that over here they're doing training courses on how to handle followers. It's becoming a thing in social media. Yes, in social media, less cyber classes and stuff on how to handle followers, how to handle your social responsibility. Yes, so that you do not, in a way, expose your vulnerabilities to the point where it causes that negative ripple effect. It's a whole psychology behind it, and it's a hard thing to do. And I'm not expecting perfection, but I'm expecting reflection, because every human being is capable of reflecting, because we make mistake and we can look back at the easiest part that before change come and go say, well, on there, okay, say if me never say this or if me never do whatever, it wouldn't come out so. It wouldn't come out so. Or if me did do this one thing different, it could have made a big difference. Because at the end of the day, we all know, say, when she come out and she start cuss and she getting angry, the followers them that are blind followers, because there are different types of followers, the followers them that are blind followers, them roll out, then gone pan the whole of the what she call the abjects, gone pan the whole of the abjects platforms, and they start verbally attacking in the comments. And the more they do that, the more it incites these people to say all kind of nasty things about the woman. And no matter how much you tell them not to do it, they're still going to do it. Because every time she gets hurt and she takes to lives and she starts reflecting on all the hatred that she has, and she starts to talk about, if it wasn't for what I've got and it wasn't for my growth and it wasn't for this and what they hate me for, all of that on the live, it causes them to react. And I am saying harassment and bullying seems to be the order of the day. However, one needs to have the wherewithal to ignore consistently. Thank you, little brother. Thank God you reached. To heal a wound, one needs to stop touching it. I'm hero. Big up your blouse and skirt self. I have to tell you, I very rarely comment in these type of discussions, but you're an absolute breath of fresh air. Well done. Thank you, my love. But look, if you see every blogger, some is the first. I know of them running up with her name. That's her way of getting them off her back. But it doesn't work, Mark. That's the point. It doesn't work. What I'm trying to say is it does not work. It's not efficient. You cannot be doing the same thing over and over again and keep expecting a different result. It does not work. And I am telling you that for as long as this discourse keeps coming up when she's angry, the ripple effect is going to be there and it is not going to stop. So be prepared. I feel her situation is a very unique one where she resides plays a role. Constant interactions with individuals coming uninvited into your room. Very stressful. Can you imagine? Awful. Most people, they have their separate place of work to where they live, and there is never the twain shall meet. And certainly something that is worth considering should she have the resources or the ability to do so. I mean, certainly set up somewhere different. It would be a great idea, because believe you me, 99 need to have a time off from people entering her place, her space. You understand? But that is how 99 sets up her model. I can't really comment too much on that. I think I would love to see it, but it is up to her to make that move. But in the meantime, in terms of working with what she got, it's important to recognize that certain words that are thrown out there are triggers, and they will have an effect. They will hit the people whom it's intended to hit. And these people whom it's intended to hit have got a growing platform on either side, and it does no good. This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. No matter how much she emotionally hurt, and no matter how much all of that, I wish there was someone that she could vent to before it came onto the live. Because the moment it goes into that part, I know what's coming and you know what's coming. Whole heap of life I go come out with one whole heap of cussing and one whole heap of dunning and one whole heap of lies and accusations and theories. And it is tiring for those of us who are wanting to see this woman grow without all of the aggro. But there is no great personality, social media personality, that doesn't have criticism. Recognize this, okay? Because even the people that I mentioned, the Elon Musk, etc., the Zuckerbergs and all of that of the internet, they get criticized heavily all the time, and some of it transfers into legal action. You understand me? But in terms of a constant tear down on a personal level, you don't get that. Nobody's out there doing slanderous lives about Mark Zuckerberg and his wife and their kids. Yes, they did a whole movie because they kind of talked about his relationship with his friend, but that's different. Okay, that was about making money. I'm talking about there is no constant everyday life talking about these people, and I talk about their underneath, and I looking at their soul. They will be talking about their work and saying, oh, the platform is full of flaws and this could be better and blah, blah, blah. But nobody is doing those personal attacks, despite the fact that these people are way above, the average earnings, and they're doing extremely well. And they're social media people. Because Elon Musk, he communicates all the time on Twitter. And nobody is busy trying to tear them down like that. So I'm just trying to say, a lot of the supporters, hold on there. A lot of the supporters add fuel to fire too, and I think as adults we should be able to opine objectively and respect without the fear of treading on toes. That's it. Can we discuss the obsession? I think it's becoming scary. What's next? Listen, all I can say, she's a strong person. Absolutely. I believe when her environment changes, we will see a different, improved person. She's a work in progress. As always, big up yourself, Your Majesty. Right? Yes, this is a thing. We have to be careful when we're thinking, something, me not gonna say nothing bad because me no want nobody say me's a hater. Listen, maybe because I'm a little bit different in that I truly believe that my heart is good and my intentions are good. Therefore, if I say something that I don't like, there is goodness behind it. And therefore, I couldn't care less if somebody goes, Lord Jesus, that one day, she just a tear down the woman. You understand me? It's like when I came out and said that princess, that $25 that you're charging for that life to see that thing did too much. Everybody fly out and say, you're broke. Ray. That's why you tear down the woman. And them don't understand, say, last year I bought 2 tickets for people. I mean, ain't go. I am one of Princess's supporters. You understand me? And if me say something because me say it because it could be less. You understand? But nobody likes to say anything in opposition to somebody that they are holding in high esteem because they think that they're tearing them down. And that is not always the case. There is something called constructive criticism. And constructive criticism is about growth. It is. Which is why I said I'm going to come out and play devil's advocate, because I really want to understand what is behind the mind of some of these people who write this woman's name every single day. What is it that irks them? And I listen, when I tell you that before I came on this live, which is why I took so long to come, I listened to a lot of the things. I went across some of the pages that cannot stand this woman. And I looked at the contents and the subjects. I listened to snippets. I tried to gain what was the main point, the gist. And I jumped from one to the other. And let me tell you this. 90% of all the hate campaigns that are out there are focusing on what 99 has now as opposed to what she has then. Me I tell you no. 99% of them. And I must say true, she live at 99. are focusing on what she has now in comparison to what she had then. Let me tell you something. You see, they did not have a starting point, and I'm going to use Your Majesty in this situation. All right. From Your Majesty, from people really start to focus on Your Majesty on the internet, Your Majesty having purse. From get-go, when all of the plank of them start come cross, the man having purse. We never see a moment when Your Majesty not have no purse. So, as far as we're concerned, we expect lifestyle for turn right up. But you see, because with 99, we have seen her from a humble beginning, because she never in one, she was always all right. But may I tell you, say a humble beginning. To this, we have got a point of comparison. And once again, as I said, if you are looking at it through positive lens, you're going to be saying, oh my God, how amazing. This woman has grown. She has evolved. She is so different. And she motivate me. She make me want to grow. She make me want to start business. She make me want to bake. That's positive lens. But I am telling you that when those moments come, and 99 presents herself on her platform as an influencer, and she starts going into this whole speech about them hate me for my woman Shan, them hate me for what me have, them a tear me down, I feel me fault make the, do not know with your phone, I feel me fault say you know reach nowhere, I feel me fault say you live in a basement. Listen to my language. Several people getting hit by stones left, right, center. And because they know that within their lifetime, they can never achieve this rapid growth, be it that they're not liked, be it that they're not honest, be it that they don't have a charity, be it that them just broke. You understand? Those that are seeing it through negative eyes will have growing enmity. And when pot boil wait do, it bubble right over. And when it bubble over, anybody in the way are going to get burned. So I'm trying to say to you that regardless of how much we love this woman or admire this woman, accountability is not a flaw. It's a point of reflection. Because when I start to throw stones, I should expect them to squeal out. And this kind of energy around a charity that has done great works is draining. And it's not just draining for 99. And this is what I know a lot of the followers are not paying attention to. It's draining for anybody in the companionship of 99. I wonder if I'm ready for that argument there. I wonder if I'm ready for that. Are you ready for that conversation? That it's not just draining for the followers, then we're tired of the bacchanal and the fight. It's draining for anybody in the companionship of 99, which is why I said there is social responsibility when you are an influencer. Because when you start to kick up rumpus and the haters them all start to respond, it's not just 99 that gets shot. Right? Mark Madon said that already. Sounds like you're talking about my chronicles. They're going after everyone linked to her. There you go. Absolutely. Everyone in her wake starts getting it. Everyone. So it's like, say, almost like this. Right? Let me give another analogy. Because sometimes me tell you, sometimes me use too much big word. Listen. Imagine you have a brethren, right? And that brethren there is a strong personality. And that brethren there, when the brethren there come in your environment and him about, and him happy, everybody jolly. And it's all good. And then when the brethren they get mad, people start cower. You understand? And then if the brethren they fall out with that the person they over there so, because them afraid of him, afraid to approach him directly, them start mess with other people where him consider to be them best friend. It's something like that. You understand me? Because they are so busy trying to tear down this one person and not being very effective at it, that they then go for who next down the line. Who next can I get? That is a support network for this person. And just by being in that person's company, you end up in a problem. Your name start call. Lies start tell pan you. Suddenly you manage Gollibop. And all these things. Nonsense and rubbish. Just because they're trying to tear down one person. That may I say. And this is the ripple effect that I'm trying to get Planka Nation to reflect on. Because the followers often in the comments, they start pushing that discourse when it comes out. And everybody start ride the wave and say, yes, the dirty abjects them, the jankra them. The last live I saw, I was so disgusted. I had to be like constantly writing to the moderators and the admins. Tell these people to stop calling people's name on the damn live. It was constant. Every other line, them a talk about some person who absolutely cannot stand the lady. And they kept writing the person's name in the comments. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? And this energy that's being pushed out is exactly what causes it to happen over and over and over again. You understand me? So when that energy goes out, you can almost expect that within moments, there is going to be nasty lives popping up all over social media. All over social media. You hear what me I say to you? Why do it? Why feed it? Why give it the energy? Why constantly coming on there and encouraging it rather than going, okay, all right, 99, let's start talking about something else. Let we focus on this. Nobody now got to do that. Everybody are going to jump up about, oh, the abjects, dirty jankra them, international jankra. I understand how you guys feel. Don't think I don't feel the same way. I feel it. But I'm saying, let's rein that negative energy in so that other people can get a break. And by default, 99 will get a break too. You never know. You just never know. Because it's not getting any fuel. Eventually, it will burn itself out. Trust me upon that. And them, the one that will still make nice, will have such a minimal audience. It will have no effect. I don't know if you've ever tried that model. But don't you think it's about time that we tried something different? I'm just wondering. Just wondering. Go ahead. Ask your question, just loving music. Right? Ask your question. Yes, I agree with you. They said they are for Donna and they're still watching her enemies and what they're saying about her. Donna close friends are not on social media defending her. No, not at all. That girl here is saying but shouldn't that motivate them to improve their situation instead of hating on someone who worked to improve their situation? Sanika, you're right. Yes, it should. It should get them to improve their situation. But I'm going to tell you this, right? I'm going to tell you this. Remember, every individual has circumstances, okay? And I'm going to give you one circumstance of one of the haters. That means that they are grossly limited, okay? If you are an ex-felon, if you have been, you know, you've been given a custodial sentence, your whole aspects of life has changed. You will never acquire certain things in life based on the country that you live in. So that person is automatically limited. And I'm telling you that there are some of these people who have got limitations to their growth, which means that they will never get there based on them circumstances and the choices they've made in their own lives. So just by looking on and seeing the progress of this woman and hearing that point of comparison, look at me now, in comparison to how I was then, is a rub in the face. It's like somebody had take one dirty Pampers and just a rub it and smear the doo-doo in your face. So that's how it feels to them. And as much as I have no empathy, I understand why the person is going to be enraged, because that is their struggle on a day-to-day basis, and they cannot see past it because their own dirty choices that they make in a life make them stuck. You understand me? So it's not gonna help people like that to aspire because they can't move. Hello, I'm eating. Hush, paper girl. Oh, shit. Jesus, somebody lend me one umbrella there. There are broader issues here. Look at social, economic, and psychological. Excellent, Grace. Yes. Like you keep saying, it's about looking through positive lenses. When we got introduced to Your Majesty Chris, I learned so much from him. He motivated me to take chances. Excellent. You understand? Just loving music. You know, ask the question yet. True, stagnant. You see that word there? Your Majesty, I said that word there. I don't want them come for me. Right? So this is what I'm trying to talk about, guys. And I'm just trying to say to you that there is so many other things at stake here, because not only is there 99, but there's 99 and her team. There are people around 99. There's 99 and her social media friends. There's 99 and people whom she's invested time in, who have now set up businesses and stuff like that. And every time somebody as powerful as her takes to her platform and gives energy to haters, the ricochet that goes throughout social media does not just affect 99. It affects you followers. It affects her enemies. It affects her friends. It affects her colleagues. And I think it's about time we try to steer away from that negative energy of giving them any acknowledgement at all. Not in a prayer, not in a, a comment, no, not throwing a stone, literally just squeeze them out of existence from your discourse. Just try it. Just try it. Just don't mention it. Actually, start think of some code word. Anytime they start talk about whatever, start type flowers in the comments. And I'm cooking this today. I'm telling you, when they get no fuel, they'll burn themselves right out. But it takes an en masse approach, and it starts from the top. And you know, and I know, nobody can tell 99 what to do. You understand? Them people, they not take telling. Sorry, I'm folding laundry. What's your answer suggestion? It's not only her words that are effective, but also everything that's happening to her. Hold on. Yeah, it's Lovin's question is her. Everything that's happening for her is an issue. Only her words that are effective, but also everything that's happening for her is an issue. Yes, that is true. But I'm talking about because you can't stop. As I said, you can't stop people from negatively criticizing you. You never can stop that. But I'm saying that when you give a certain type of fuel, you're gonna get a certain type of response. We have to. I don't know. I'm a natural project manager, guys. And as a project manager, I trained one. Prince 2 has taught me that when you are looking at achieving a big goal, you start to work on small things first, okay? And by setting small milestones, you therefore break down your steps into manageable, smart objectives. And a first step is to look at, how do I react when I'm angry on a live? That's what I'm saying, point blank, period. Then, once that is addressed, you can move on to something else. Do you hear what I'm saying? So rather than looking at, oh my God, all of this, you will never ever achieve anything if you look at something so big, so broadly. You have to look at tiny steps that give good impact, that get you to where you want to get to. And that's one tiny step that has got a great effect that I am suggesting. You understand? Your voice tiny but talawa. Thanks, Favor. Do you think that some of these behaviors are as a result of a decline in mental health or constitutes the declining in mental health? It could be, because anybody who is constantly being verbally attacked, their whole persona is being attacked, their personal life is being attacked, they're always under some negative microscope, is going to be enduring a lot emotionally. You understand? And therefore, they will lash out. And, I just think that, just sometimes when I hear those reactions, I go to myself. In my head, I go, Lord Jesus, 1919, but we no man. As me as a blogger, you know how much run up and down me I forgot to do later. I capture life. Me can't bother sometimes, right? There's gonna be so much I can't deal, you know. But yes, guys, fun and joke aside, that was my devil's advocate talk, and I hope you got something out of it. That can help you to reflect on things. I'm conscious that she's live now, so I know a lot of you are gonna be wanting to head over there. Me not watch them period, but it's hard to hear it and don't say one word. God no. I know, Dean. It's really difficult, but you know what? I've perfected it. I don't say nothing. Correct. It's correct it. Social commentator. Oh yes, that's right. I'm not a blogger, I'm a social commentator. So it is like setting smart goals. That's right, Sanika. That's exactly what I'm saying. Set a smart goal, make it measurable, make it specific, so that you can get that great satisfaction from a small step. Anyway, guys, big up yourself. This is your girl, Headteacha K. Head over to wherever on social media you want to roam. It's very late over this side. I'm mega wrap up with a nice Beatles band. Good night. All right. Bye bye.